Hey, Cowboys, neighbors, friends. Um, Welcome to Cooking with Derek. Welcome to the Yurt. And welcome back if you've been here before. If not, glad you found me. It's a rainy day in central Alberta here. And I hope you can hear my voice okay because the rain on the roof of the Yurt is kind of like a drum. But today I'm going to try my new stand mixer, a 7-quart KitchenAid, and make 4 loaves of bread. So I'll try not to make it too long, but I do want to show you how I make traditional bread, traditional yeast, some whole wheat bread, and there you go. I'll meet you over at the kitchen bench, and we'll get going. I'll give the new mixer a run for its money and see how it behaves. Thanks for joining me. Hey, Cowboys, neighbors, friends. Well, here I am at the kitchen bench. I have my new mixer and it's on its cart. I have it on a wheeled cart. I can put it away when I don't need it. Takes up no counter space, and bring it out here and it's ready to go. This is the trial run. So the first thing I'm going to do is set some yeast. I'm using traditional yeast. So I'm getting a half cup of water off camera. This is just warm water. I'll throw that in a bowl. And I'm going to add about a teaspoon of sugar, just white sugar, about a teaspoon. And I'm going to give that a stir. And then this is not instant yeast, this is the traditional, so I have to set it. I'll take a tablespoon of yeast, sprinkle it on top of the water, and then wait 10 minutes. And it'll be activated by then, and we'll take it from there. Hey folks, at the kitchen bench, at this big beast of a mixer, the yeast has set. It is foaming nicely, so I'm going to pour that into the mixer. Next, I'm going to add 4 cups of water, 4 cups of warm water, just tap warm. I don't want it hot, that would kill the yeast. Okay, I've added the water. Got the yeast. I'm going to add a half a cup of sugar. That's for 4 loaves of bread. Not a lot of sugar, but it certainly keeps the yeast fed. And yeah, that's exactly what we need. Going to add that. Now I thought I was fully prepared. Not always. I'm going to grab some sunflower oil. And I'm going to add a half a cup of oil. That's enough for 4 loaves of bread. Gives it a nice texture. Gives it some keeping qualities. I've added that. Now I'm going to add 4 cups of white flour. And that is, frankly, I don't measure it that much, but 4 cups. I've actually got a scoop here that's a cup, so I'm going to add 4 cups. 1, 2. I like this pouring shield, it's awesome. I didn't have it on the smaller mixer. 3 and 4. And now I can start the mixer. KitchenAid says not to go over speed level 2 when you're kneading bread. So that is 2. The first step was just a half start so it doesn't lurch into action and get stuff everywhere. So that is mixing up. Now I'm going to start adding the brown flour, whole wheat. Because I'm making about a 60%, 70% whole wheat. And once again, I don't really measure. You just add flour until it won't take anymore. I mean, it works. So let's start adding some flour. 1. This is about a cup, a little bit more than I'm adding. 2. And it's almost a batter-like consistency. I think I can add the salt. And for 4 loaves of bread, basically about a tablespoon of salt. Unsalted bread rises too fast and really has no flavor. That is ground sea salt I'm using. And we'll just keep adding some flour. And it's mixing nicely. This mixer is nice and quiet. And I tell you, don't have to knead by hand. I did that for years. And lately I turned to using the smaller stand mixer, but it can only do 2 loaves at a time. This, I can do 4. That's awesome. Okay. A little bit more. Just going to bring this a little bit closer and angle it down because I want you to see what's going on in the mixer. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. So far, I'm liking this beast. And, you know, it's sitting on a cart. Okay, I can add some more flour. You just want it to pull together into a dough that's not sticky. Forms a nice ball, working its way around the... There's flour around the side of the bowl, so we'll just... This is awesome. I like having it on a cart. It's got a little bit of a... It's a wheeled cart, so if I didn't lock the wheels, it might roll away, I don't know. I think I can add a... No, there's still loose flour in there. I took the pouring shield off, and I'm just scraping the loose flour from the edge. Now I'm going to add some more. It's like a very thick pancake batter right now. It's not bread dough yet, but I'm going to add another scoop of flour. And then I like the half speed start. That's pretty cool. And then I can go up to speed 2. And I think from now on I don't need the pouring. I want to have a closer eye. Yeah, they warn that if you knead bread past speed 2, you can have catastrophic machine failure. Even with this heavy duty one with the all metal gears. And there we have it. So I think I've added enough flour. It's got just a little bit of tack to the dough, and I'm going to let it knead now for 4 minutes, and then that's it. I'll show you what the dough looks like. And so far, I'm really happy with the performance of this machine. Oh, hello, Nigel. You see Nigel here? Yeah, he's interested in what's going on here. But yeah, bread dough's almost done. We'll be back in 4 minutes. Hey folks, it's been 4 minutes, and let's get this bread dough out of the mixer. And this could be easier said than done. Oh, there we go. I've got the bowl. Let's get the bread hook out. And yes, it's just a little bit tacky, which is what I want. Got a handy dandy scraper here. Can you... Oh, that's... I am an amateur. So, that's... Got the scraper, the KitchenAid set. What I'm going to do, get rid of that. I'm going to pull this dough out onto the counter. Onto the kitchen bench here. Put down just a little bit of oil, I think, onto the counter. Just maybe a teaspoon. Spread that around so it doesn't stick. Get this dough out. This is probably the easiest big batch of dough I've ever made. 4 loaves of bread. I take my scraper, scrape out the remaining. It's not as flexible as I thought it would be. Get all this dough out. So far, I'm pleased with this stand mixer. It's made a very nice dough. And it wasn't noisy. Okay. So I've got the dough out of the bowl. Let's form it into a nice ball. Just a little bit of tack to it, which is what I want. Look at that. Nicely kneaded. It's already getting bubbles in it from yeast activity. I'm going to take my sunflower oil, put a little bit in the bottom of the bowl. That's about a tablespoon. I'm going to put this spread dough in there, spin it around, turn it with the good side up. So the ball of dough is covered in oil. There we go. That's getting a tea towel put on top of it and going into the oven on the proof setting, and it'll double in size in less than an hour. And I'll show you the end results after that. Hey everybody, it's been about an hour and 10 minutes and this bread dough has doubled in size. The way to check, stick your finger in, your clean finger, stick it in almost to the first, halfway to the first knuckle, and if the hole stays there, it has risen enough. So this dough is doubled in size. My hands are clean. I'm going to take off this ring. I'm going to punch it down, and literally punch it down, right down through the middle. And then what I want to do is squeeze out all of the excess air. So I'm giving the bowl a spin, and I'm pulling the dough from the sides into the middle and punching it down. We want to get out all that excess air that we can, the gases, the big bubbles. And there's the handle. I'm going to pull it out. It's sticking just a little bit, and that's okay. I don't want it too greasy. And I'm going to form a new ball. It's a lovely batch of bread. We want to get a nice smooth top on it. I'll tuck in the bottom and keep spinning it. And I'm going to drop it back into the bowl. Now that I have a smooth top, I'm going to drop it back into the bowl and let it rise for half an hour. Just half an hour. And it should double in size in that 30 minutes. Back at the kitchen bench, folks. Thanks for following along so far. And yes, this dough has doubled in size again. And I'm going to punch it down. The next thing I'm going to do is weigh it. I want 4 pretty much identical loaves, and I can only do that if I weigh the dough first. So put the empty bowl on the scale. It's reading at 0. 87.25 ounces. 87.25 divided by 4 equals, I want 21.8 ounces each. Close enough. So, get rid of the scales. I have 4 balls of dough that are the same size. I want to get the air out of them. I want to form them into a nice smooth ball. Here we are, back at the bench. These have been resting for 15 minutes, and I'm going to form loaves. So I'm just going to press them out, get rid of the excess air. Can you see what I'm doing? Maybe I'll just angle it down a little bit more. Like I said, before, I am an amateur. So I'm just going to form loaves, just like that. Folding the sides in, folding the ends in. And then I'll give it a roll. And it's ready for prepared bread. Prepared bread pan. I'm not making big towering loaves of bread. I'm making nice sandwich loaves. That's what it's going to look like. Let's get all four down. All four loaves are in the pan. I'm going to grab, I have a razor blade with one side taped off. One of these days I'll get a lame. So I'm going to cut a slash right down the middle of each loaf. Right down the middle of each loaf. And then I'm going to take a little bit of flour. Just going to set flour on top of them. Just like that. And then they're going to go back in the proofing oven, the oven that's set on proof, with the tea towel over top until they double in size. I'll show you that. So here we are, folks. The bread just went into the oven. It did double in size in the loaf pans. There should be some oven spring to get it up to, about up to the top of the pans. Nice sandwich loaves. And yeah, it's at 425 for the first 12 minutes, and then I'll drop it down to 375 for probably another 40. I'll show the end results when they come out. Hey everybody, thanks for joining me back at the range. Okay, I'm going to pull this bread out. It is nicely done. I don't underbake my bread. I like a nice crust on it. Get some of that moisture out. And here we go. 4 loaves of brown sandwich bread out of the oven. Turn that off. Turn that off. And let's get it out of the pans. Yep. This stuff is done. And here we go. Sandwich bread. 4 loaves from the newsstand mixer. Thanks for following along. And I'm probably going to have a slice later and just show you how good it is. Thanks for watching, folks. Something about a slice of hot, fresh bread that I just can't resist. So I'm going to, I want to slice this and show you the texture inside. And it's steaming hot. One of the best ways, I think, to judge a loaf of bread is by how many crumbs are left on the board after you slice it. It shouldn't be all crummy. It shouldn't fall apart. And check this out. Nice looking bread. Gonna spread some butter on that and have a snack. And I've got bread for my sandwiches for at work. Have a good day.